What up? What up? What up? Gonna talk about our top stocks we got on watch this week. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me share the entire thing. About Alright, so we got YouTube and Instagram Live going on at the same time. At the same time, we got Instagram and YouTube. We in two dimensions. What's going on, Maria? Maria joined the live. She's part of our 6-week mentorship slash mastermind. We got a good group, right? We're gonna learn my entire system this week. Well, starting January 26th, but if you signed up, then you got the early insight on some live trading coming this week. So we're gonna go over our top 5 stocks. We got Eli Lilly, we got Meta, we got Netflix, IONQ, VST. All right, so these are some heavy hitters, and you guys could see this nice little chart that I have in front of us. We're gonna be breaking down these stocks, and we're gonna figure out why exactly is it a good stock to watch this week. All right, there's a bunch of stocks to watch, and I actually have another 5 stocks that I'm gonna go over, a couple extra ones, right? But Eli Lilly, all right, we're gonna kick it off with the good old Eli Lilly. Now, last year, 2024, I did say this is gonna be the year of health and wealth, right? Eli Lilly is a healthcare company, one of the top healthcare companies, and you can see from this weekly chart, right? If I zoom into this area, this was the beginning, right? Right there, that's the beginning of 2024. Pretty much consolidated the entire 2023. And I told everyone in the Discord, keep this on watch. Pretty much swing this the entire. I didn't say swing the entire year. I said keep it on watch the entire year, right? So I'm not gonna cap, right? But you can see that the entire year it pretty much went up, and it went up from about what is that, 600 and almost to like 1,000. So it went to 950 something dollars. All right, so we pulled back, went up, and then we pulled back again, and now we have some consolidation for the last 2 months. Now the interesting thing is that we pulled back to the previous area of consolidation, right? So if I just take this box and just try to highlight this entire area of consolidation, right? You can see that we pretty much pulled back, created a little bit of a new high, came down, but look at where we came down to. You see how it protected the bottom of that zone, came up, created a higher low, potential higher low, but you can see that it's holding this blue line, which is a key level, right? So this key level came from a higher time frame. Well, we're on the higher time frame, but it came from the middle of this consolidation, which is a solid level that I found. So I'm going to remove this so you can see how the price respected this level exactly. And you see that was resistance, right? Each candle is a week. So that was the high of the week. Pretty much held as support, rejected as resistance, and here held that support before we made that run up. Came down to that level, couldn't close below it, made a big move up, and we did try to hold it there, but then we broke through it, and then we came right back up. Now we're actually trying to see if we could make a move back up. So that's why I'm saying keep it on watch. But by the looks of it, it's trying to make a nice curl up. So if we do see a curl up, you could see this next high here at about 812. Right now, Eli Lilly is approaching 800, and the next high after that would pretty much be up here at about 846. Now we could run into some resistance here at 823, but keep that on watch. All right, you got some nice room to run. Stop loss under this level, 760. All right, that's a pretty far move down. So just keep the short-term time frames on watch. All right. So moving on, we got Meta. Right. I could have a whole live just about Meta. Meta gave us the most insane opportunities this week. I know this looks crazy, so I'm gonna actually switch the drawing to something else. Let's go to this one. A lot better. All right, so this is the weekly chart. So I'm gonna zoom in, and this was back in September, right? Each week from September, we went up, consolidated in this pattern, this flag, broke out of it, pulled back to the 9 EMA, which you're seeing is holding that support, and we're actually making a push up. So that's why I've been bullish on Meta, because on the overall picture, we're pretty bullish, right? You can see that volume starting to increase, which is telling you we got some action, right? We're not playing around. This is not fugazi, maybe, but it's always a possibility. But this is telling you some strong signs that we could be heading up higher. The previous high is at about 638, which seems like an odd number for it to be a high, right? You could at least, like, if you get to 638, the next number you're thinking is at least 650, right? So we're at 615 on Meta, and we're holding this 9 EMA, which is pretty strong. We're above this key level. I don't know where I got this from, honestly, but it's holding above it, and we use it as resistance and support. So it's looking good. We got the open and the close above, and we didn't even get into the crazy trades that we took this week and last week. But I'm gonna show you guys something real special, and this is Meta's 620 strike from Friday. All right, this is the 5-minute chart. I know it looks crazy. I'm gonna show you what the price did of this one contract. All right, this one contract on Friday did some numbers. Now, even if you have just $100 in your account, right? I know that's a couple people, right? That's watching. Even if you just got less than, even if you had $50 in your account, you could have made something happen with this. All right, so this is Friday. And before I show you this, I'm going to show you what the Meta chart from Friday on the 5-minute chart looks like. So this is Friday, and you can see it looks up and down. Crazy action. This looks scary to most people, but this is what I was trained for, right? This is what I was trained for. And I had a one-on-one, and pretty much we was looking at Meta this entire time, and I was able to call out some trades on Meta. Now, these are some huge swings. This is from about $600 all the way up to about 623, back down, and then all the way back up to 630. So, long story short, what does this mean? This is like a half hour right here. This is about an hour and a half, and then I'm going to show you how much money you could have made, because that's what we really all care about, right? Now at 10 in the morning, this option costs 12 cents. 12 cents, guys. At, let's say, about a half hour later at 10:45, this option costs $5.75. Yep. So if you had $12, you could have ended the next half hour with $575, right? On a move like this. Then we came back down to this pretty line, which I teach in my 6-week mastermind, right? Which is coming up January 26th. And I'm going to show you something really simple that we use every day. And this pretty yellow line could be your next $1 million. All right. This is a simple strategy that if the price is in an uptrend, we expect it to pull back. Where do we look to enter? We look for the price to bounce off of this yellow line, which we've back tested and we trust it. And we could see that there was a nice clean bounce, and it went up even higher than this small move that would have turned $12 to $575 in a half hour. Now let's see what this one would have paid you if you would have used this simple strategy. Slide to the right, please. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So this was that move. And then let's take a look at this move. Those option premiums came all the way back down, by the way. So this is 56 cents. 56 cents at 12.10. Do, 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 do. A little bit of time passed by. 13:45. That's 1:45. So that's about an hour and a half ish. And that option premium that would have cost you 56 cents, aka $56 out of your pocket or trading account, would have turned into $10, aka $1,000. All right, 56 bucks to $1,000. Right, it's real money. Right, but if you don't know, then you don't know. I'm pretty much showing you guys that when you come in, there's traders who take Fridays off, right? And these could be the days where you make the most amount of money for the least amount of risk. And the thing about options is that the most you go lose is how much you put up. Let's say you put up 12 cents at the lows. Maybe you put 20 cents, $20. And okay, the worst that happens, you lose the $20, right? That $20 could turn into almost 600. $56 could have turned into, well, it did if you had the contract to $10, which is 1,000. Long story short, if you want to be fancy, we did have a resistance level right there. I'm gonna go back to my original drawing to show you guys. So during the one-on-one, I told my client pretty much this is a resistance level, and you could grab puts. Those puts, if you understand how much money you would have made with this move, you would understand how much money you would have made with this move to the downside. So all I'm saying is the market ain't running out of opportunity, guys. The market ain't running out of opportunities. And this is just one stock on one day of the year. It's 5 days in a week. And if y'all know me, y'all know I watch probably like 40 stocks every day. So if you guys are looking to make some money, the stock market is a pretty good place to be, right? But once you get here, you want to know how to actually make the money. And people see it as just a push of a button because that's really all it is. But to be consistently profitable, right, definitely got to have a strategy. And then you got to have risk management. And then you got to have your mind on point to make sure you're not doing stupid stuff. So we're going to be focusing on all three of those in my 6-week mastermind, which is coming up January 26th. Now, the thing is, it's only $100 per week. So for 6 weeks, it's $600, right? Now you could get $100 off using the 6 weeks. So if you use that code 6 weeks, you get $100 off. So for less, but that only lasts till tomorrow. All right. So that's a promo code for tomorrow. But for less than $100, you guys can pretty much learn everything that I know. And it's going to be 2 classes per week. We're going to be doing live trading. We're going to be doing classes with presentations to make sure you guys know everything step by step. All right. So if you guys want to join, it's only 10 people, by the way. So you guys, I know you guys are thinking about it, but don't think too long because it is a limited amount of people. Can't serve 100 people right now, because this is going to be more hands-on. It's going to be very personal, and I want to make sure that everyone is taken care of. So hit the link in the bio. But back to the stocks, right? We only went through 2 stocks out of about 5. And Meta, if you see what this did from Friday, you want to make sure you have this on watch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, because you don't know when you're going to miss out on your next golden opportunity. No pun intended, being that this moving average is golden, right? All right. So moving on. Next up, we got Netflix. Netflix is another one that I called out. Now looking at the Discord, right? I might have some weird I don't know what windows I have open, but I'm gonna see. All right, let's go to business and then let's go to Discord. All right, so we're gonna see Cam's watch list Friday, 9:29 before market open. Blah 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 on watch. Netflix puts bow. 9:45. Netflix puts bow from 870 down to 849 market open. So, um, watch list is kind of lit. If you guys in the group, tier one is free. So just hit the link in the bio, or send me a DM. I'll send you the link. But Netflix did something crazy. You guys don't want to know what the options did on this one because this was a straight move down on puts, and it didn't go just a little bit down. It went a lot down, right? And on a Friday, you guys know what that means. So this was a crazy move. Consolidated, made another big move. So it went from about 870 ish, right, down to 835, 35 points. And that's a pretty significant move. All right. So keep this on watch. Why did I have it on my awareness? Is let's switch this up because this is kind of crazy. Let's go with mastery. I like that. All right. So I did see it consolidating for a long time, in my opinion, more than it should have. Let me zoom out a little bit to the weekly so you guys could have some more context to the situation. And pretty much we've been going up for a long time, all year, pretty much. Netflix had one crazy year. This was the beginning of 2024, up, and up. Now, with all of this, notice we haven't come down to this 90 EMA, and we pretty much did on this candle, which was last week. Well, the week before that, this was last week. And I noticed we usually like to curl up once we hit this line. And this wasn't giving me the curl up type of action. And that's what I was looking at when I looked at the 4 hours. So I'm looking at this 4 hour and I'm like, okay, this here isn't looking really bullish. This is just in a downtrend. You guys are not really telling me you want to get above any of these moving averages. And then I'm like, all right, this was a line that was important. We broke through it on a lower time frame and closed below it. And I'm going to zoom in to show you guys what that looks like on a 5 minute. Here, there was that line. You can see here, we closed below it. That gave me my signal that we could head lower. We've seen lower highs after that, right? We continue to see lower highs. See, this is the high before. This was lower and lower. And once we broke the lows, it was game over, right? So that's pretty much how I stalked Netflix a little bit, like that guy from You, right? He be stalking people. I stalk Netflix, and I'm like, all right, I see what you're trying to do. All right, so that's Netflix. That's number 3. We got Eli Lilly, Meta, and Netflix from the top 5. Now, number four on the list, IONQ. We're gonna zoom out to the weekly time frame, and we're gonna see what's going on. All right, so if anyone joining, all right, that 6-week mastermind starts the 26th, and we're only accepting 10 people to learn everything that I know, right? We're gonna learn my trading system, risk management, psychology, and how to do everything that you're seeing me do right now. So this is the weekly chart, and we made a huge move up. Insane. This is like $4 up to like 54 in a couple weeks. And this pretty much went from 54 down to 25 in the matter of days. So this is something that has a crazy range. And for me not to touch this as a day trader, it's kind of crazy, right? Because even with a small move, right? This is the 15-minute chart. Even with a small move, you could get a good amount of percentage from your trade. So this looks very small, but this is $31 down to 29, which this is the aftermarket. So that's the reason why. All right, this is post market. But keep this on watch. All right, IONQ. Let's take a look at what levels we could see on the 4 hour. I got all of these levels here, right? Now you can see we closed below this one, so I'm expecting us to honestly go lower. And another reason why I'm expecting us to go lower is because this is a very popular stock, right? Everyone wants a piece of this. As it was going up, people wanted more. They wanted more. And then they finally tipped it out, dropped it. And then now people are like, all right, cool. Let me get some. It's a good time to buy. It might be, but I still feel like there's some people ready to the market gotta, it gotta do its thing and take people's money. So I feel like we could come lower down to at least like 25. So we're at 29. Some good puts as long as it holds this 90 EMA on the 4 hour. All right, so somebody, my man Dame said he wanted to look at the SPY. All right, cool. We're gonna look at the SPY. Now SPY, because SPY is on the list, right? It was actually the last thing I had on the list, but since you want to know about the SPY, let's just cover the SPY. It's very important, right? Now let's look at the bigger time frame, weekly chart. We're gonna zoom in. You can see this was a big swoop on the weekly, broke out, and we've been breaking everything ever since. And recently we've pulled back, small pullback. It feels right. It feels like a big pullback when you're day trading. I mean, like a big reversal, but you look back and you're like, oh, this is nothing. All right. So long story short, first thing that pops up in my head is this demand zone here. Wow. All right. That's the first thing. We tried it, reversed. Tried it, reversed. This candle is saying, I don't know. Right. At the same time, even though it's a red candle, it's still holding the lows. It's still holding some levels, right? It's still in this demand zone, so you got to be careful, right? It's up and down, it's very choppy. Volume is increasing, right? But where you increasing to? I don't know. You trying to increase and go up, or you trying to increase and go down? Very uncertain type of market, and that's why I say you got to scalp, right? You got to scalp the SPY, understanding what levels we got here on the bigger picture, and if you really pay attention to the EMAs, that could give you a good picture of what to do. For example, the 4 hour, right? Notice we're below this 90 EMA the entire time. Just follow the EMAs. Go to the 15-minute, right? We're below this 50 EMA the whole time. You see that nice clean bounce off of that 50 right there, using a 9, clean, right? You can just use the EMAs and use that until it hits a strong level on a higher time frame, right? And what if the market fakes you out? All right, well, you're gonna know if it fakes you out because the price is likely to come back above the 90 EMA and hold it as support if we're gonna go up. If it doesn't, then we're likely to continue that downtrend. But there's a bunch of other levels you could use, like the 50 EMA and support, resistance, supply, demand. Using all those keeps you in control of the game. All right. So in terms of the SPY, we're pretty much gonna look at the bigger time frame, which is the daily, and see what level exactly I'm looking at. I'm gonna take this off the screen because that's just one level. The biggest one is this gap fill. And I'm pretty sure everybody and their moms is looking at this level. It's pretty obvious, right? Just gonna draw it. It's pretty obvious. I probably left a little gap between there, so I gotta fix it. And that's a pro tip. Make sure your lines are exact. All right. So I seen somebody say something about VST. We're gonna go over that one because it's on the list. All right. So VST, we're gonna take care of that. And this gap fill is 576.74. Expect SPY to come down to this level before we reverse because I don't see nothing else that it could use to reverse. All right. We in like a no man's land, aka clear air, aka inside the gap, which is pretty much going to float and float and float until it gets to something that could push it back up. And that is this level here. All right. Could go up before we go down. So be careful grabbing puts. Be careful grabbing calls because we could reverse. That's the type of environment we in. Long story short, market is down from the previous day after hours. And think about it. Think about how much other people are doing their analysis right now. And they're like, oh, we're bearish. Oh, we're going down. Right. But remember, we're still bullish overall. So it could come through these levels, right? And then reverse for Monday to the upside. That remember, this is the stock market. They gotta make money. They gotta make money somehow. So long story short, 576 to 577, we could reverse anywhere in this area. If we go lower, 570 to 76 is another level. So why am I looking at that? Is because that's the previous lows. All right, you see this demand zone from this. Well, you probably I'm not doing a good job at switching my camera. This is a demand zone. Got there. Wow. Small red candle that started this big wave. This is about 570, 569. All right, so 567 is the real low. So it could come down to 567 and some change and still be bullish. So keep that on watch. All right, next up. This is now we getting into a little bit of the stocks that's more sleepers, but not really, right? Costco is a big one. See, we got above this 50 EMA, which we couldn't for like the last few weeks. And we're holding that 50 EMA as support, which is bullish. That's it, right? If you use EMAs, you'd be good money. You could use your horizontal lows, right? These are horizontal levels, not EMAs. So use those to gauge the trade. You can see that this level here, pretty much this low held up here. That's what caused that bounce. All right, Costco, where could we go? Could go back up to this high at about 959, and then on the bigger chart, you can see we are also using this previous resistance as support. See that increase in volume. Right? So we're just being very observant of what's going on. All right. So if we get back above this 9 EMA, which is anywhere, I'll say 964, we're pretty bullish to go back up to go above $1,000. All right, $1,000 and 100,000 and 200. Right? They started selling gold. Now they're selling Bitcoin. I'm telling you, Costco, they got memberships. I don't see how they could lose, honestly, really, as a business. So keep that on watch. Next up, this one is kind of a sleeper. Not gonna lie. Do y'all know what PLNT is? This is a good old Planet Fitness. Hope you guys been working out, right? If you ain't work out in 2024, this is a new beginning. It's a new opportunity. Yeah, man. Let go the muffin top this year. I shaved my head bald, so you guys could do something crazy to switch it up. We could take a look at this weekly chart. Why is this line there? It's the high of the weekly time frame. Pretty important. Price closed above it, came down to 90 EMA, pushing up. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Go on to Google. You guys got to join the 6-week mastermind. Get the full analysis for that one. That's a sleeper. I'm surprised I even gave that one to y'all on the live, but Google, it's a pretty one. Pretty much trending up. Don't let the red candles fool you, right? Above these EMAs, above the high, right? Not only that, we somewhat using it as support, trying, right? Now let's go to the lower time frames, the 4 hour. Now we zoom back out. Let's zoom back out. That was interesting because this looks like a nice pole, and this consolidation looks like it could be a flag. And if that is the case, we got some drawing to do. So we're just gonna do a little something like that. That's a little wacky, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna say that this one here is a little fake out. So I'm gonna use this one. Bow. All right. So pretty much playing ping pong back and forth between these lines. Now, if we get above this, I want that alert. Text me anytime. Bow. Above that level, I'll get alerted. So we could take some calls to the upside. 201 is the high. Give me another alert. Right? Y'all want to know how I stay on top of these stocks? I do my work. I do my homework. And I also got a whole lot of other stocks I keep on watch that, you know, I got a little something in my bag. But we're gonna go to the next one. Where could Google go? It could just ping pong between these levels, draw those levels on your chart, 4 hours, that's where I found it, and use the EMAs to find good entries and take profit points. Next up, VST. Actually, VST was part of my top 5. How did I miss it? All right, we're gonna switch to drawing. We don't have a new. Okay, let's actually go to the weekly. This has been on the tier. This has been on the tier. 2024 was right here. It was $38. Right now it's 169. Right? Above this 90 EMA, bounced. Got it back above. This is a super strong candle. Do not sleep on this candle. Right? Notice this candle is bigger than any other candle you see on this chart. How is that possible when you've already went up so high? It's telling you something. All right. You ever look back and you're like, that was easy. It literally told me it was gonna go higher. Well, this is one of those opportunities. It's very hard to fake such a huge candle going up. Like you could fake a huge candle going down because stuff is coming out of the market. But if you're pushing stuff into the market, buyers, energy, and this is an energy stock, by the way, the OG, right? It's hard to really say, all right, this is fugazi. All right. So if this is legit, long story short, let's do a quick measurement. 170, 132, about 40. You can see 210. It's a good one. All right. VST, keep that on watch. Made some good money on that last week. All right, last but not least, we have nothing. All right. Last but not least is the 6-week mastermind that is popping off January 26th. We're going to be learning every single strategy that I use every day. We're going to be talking about risk management, psychology, entries and exits. Everybody needs to know about that. Small accounts. So it's going to be $5.99, and you guys have opportunity to get it for $100 less. So pretty much $500 for 6 weeks. Right now, there is a payment plan if you can't afford to drop $500 right now. There's a payment plan for $99 per week, right? Per week. So by the time this is January 26th, by the time middle of March comes, you will be a different trader than you are right now, right? It's a couple weeks. It's only 6 weeks. So I'm gonna be giving my best. If you guys watch my trades, if you guys watch my posts and you're like, I want to know what he's doing. I want to know, this is your chance, for a very low price. So great value that's coming to you. And I hope everyone takes advantage of the opportunity. And yeah, it's gonna be a hot year. 2025 is already kicking off. A lot of big changes. All right, a lot of big changes. So yeah, let me know if you guys got any questions, any stocks you want me to cover before we head on out. But we definitely gonna be making sure we take care of the watch list because yeah, this is gonna be our first, I think, full regular week of the year. Last week we had the Thursday off, so we definitely got 5 days. I think we got 5 days this week. I know MLK is on the 20th, and that's next week. All right. Mr. Marvin says he wants me to look at BA, so we're gonna switch it up. We going to BA. All right. So the Discord is live. All right. If you guys want to join the free tier just to see the watch list, I highly recommend you guys do that to have. I'm not just pushing a watch list in the morning and going away and living my life. I'm here giving you guys real time stocks that's moving in real time. Like I can't even explain the value of that. Like someone's giving you $1 million plays at your front door without you having to do nothing. Absolutely nothing, right? But I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like because maybe you might not understand. All right, so Cam's watch list. I explained it earlier. Before market open, I said Netflix puts. As soon as market open, Netflix dropped, so you could have made a great amount of money. And same volatility on Meta. I showed you guys how you could have made turn $56 into 575, and in the same day take no, my bad, $12 to 575, and then that same day how to take $56 into $1,000. This is literally the proof. It's showing you the premium. This is $56 to $10 for the contract. And this is an hour and a half. All right. So notice that I literally told you guys about this in the Discord that you could join for free. For free. 10:30, 10:29, Friday. All right. This is before Netflix did all the crazy stuff. It went all the way to 6:30. And in the team chat room, I'm talking to everyone, letting you guys know, look, I'm out of Meta, guys. This is tier 2, so it is levels to this. If you are in the free, then you get access to the watch list. This is a very high quality watch list. You got the main one, you got the members watch list, and then you have supply demand. You got support resistance 9 and 50 EMA. So these are super organized, so you could see the exact level. So honestly, these are different businesses in itself, right? Each one of these is a business. You don't need to know all of these, every single strategy. You could just pick one, and pretty much you have someone and a whole community, honestly, to feed you the best stocks that's moving. All right. So link is in the bio. Go ahead and hit that button to just be part of the community if you want some legit traders around your circle. All right. So BA is the one that Marvin wanted us to take a look at. This is a 15 minutes, so I'm gonna back up. I'm a little, I don't know. I never really liked BA because it kind of is just very erratic. So I'm gonna just step back and see where we went all the way up to 446, came all the way down to $90 and went up to 286. It's a huge range. It's bouncing off of that trend line. If we zoom in, we came back to that trend line, broke through it, got back above it, So it's a lot of games being played, and we right back above the let me see. Somebody said, "Thank you for your time. Are you able to check the sound? You guys able to hear me? Let me know if you guys are able to hear me. Is it the sound on Instagram or the sound on YouTube? Let me know if everything is. Oh, check sound, the stock. You put sound, like the sound wasn't working. All right, cool. Yeah, BA is all right. I'm not really caught up about BA, but let's take a look. The price has been going up and it pulled back into a consolidation, and it's just ranging. Next up, we got sound, not sound with the D, sound. All right, so sound is a crazy one. We pretty much made an insane move from about like $6 all the way up to 24, pulled back down to about 14, $13. Now in this area, you have the lows. I see 1339. So I think we could come down a little bit lower, but we do have a lot of consolidation in this area, which could push us back up. So yeah, this has a good chance of going back up from this area, but I don't have conviction on this because it still has the opportunity to drop, right? You could scalp it if you find some good levels, find some confluence, use a 9 EMA, use a 50 EMA on different time frames. These are all areas that the price could bounce. So see how it came down, 50 EMA. This was not clean, very tough time. Like I'm not really a fan of sound right now, but you can scalp it. You can scalp it, get some good moves, but it doesn't seem like it's respecting my usual time frames. You gotta like really search to see what it's doing. It's a little too wild for me right now. There's better. I think there's better stuff out there. All right, so I immediately just went down to Tesla. All right, so Tesla's probably the last one, unless you guys got something you want me to take a look at. Um, Tesla's a very interesting stock. Let's go to the weekly. All right. This is the previous high right here at like 410, another high at about 399, another high at about 381. So this 381, um, I feel like is what the price is using. Now let's switch to John because this is kind of crazy. Let's go to 2025 and I'm gonna remove. So you can see we're at this 9 EMA, which is, from what we already know, pretty solid support level. We could, like I said, 381 right here aligns with that. So I could see Tesla making a nice move up. We could test that 427, potentially test 463 going into the next 2 to 4 weeks. All right. If we hold up, right? Let me go back. If we hold up, this 9 EMA / these lows here at 372. Below that, we could drop down to about 347 and then down to 326, which I wouldn't be mad at. Before we drop down even further, we'll probably have some consolidation. All right, let's take a look at the 4-hour. And you're seeing some of that consolidation, right? Because look, we dropped, came up, consolidation, right? And I think, yeah, like look at this. It's a big candle, but then we got right back above it. But this is the real high right here. Right? Don't get fooled, right? Yeah, this was a high. But this is the real high, right? Because it came up, Wow, tested it, couldn't do nothing. It came back down. But look, this is the low, right? So if we're making lower highs, what does that mean? Lower lows. So lower highs, lower lows, lower than this low is 320, 376, 373. Anything 360, 360 might be up next. Look at the volume. It's looking like it wants to decrease, which is, well, it is decreasing. But when something wants to go up, it looks like it wants to go up. This looks like it wants to just go to bed. It wants to just retire. It's like, give me a break for like, give me 2 weeks. Then we can make a nice run. Because look, we just made this huge run for how long, right? I know they just dropped the humanoids, but even the humanoids might be tired of Tesla for a little bit. But maybe the humanoids might be the extra power, right? Electric power. I don't know what they got going on, but they might be able to push it back up. So Tesla, keep it on watch. It's a great range for day trading, for scalps, right? So always keep that on watch. All right. If you guys got any more, let me see. QQQ. Okay, QQQ. Why not? Crazy looking chart, right? All right. But I like to keep these levels on because you never know when the price might come back down to that line. That line might be your next $1 million play. Now at the same time, it might confuse you. So it looks like a support, but it might just push through it. Long story short, what we're experiencing on, somebody said join Shaq's Boutiques. Let's go. What did you join? You joined the crew? All right, we partying tonight. We partying. All right, so look, lower highs, lower highs, lower lows. You joined the Discord or you joined the mastermind? Let's see. This is a nice trend line. So you're seeing lower highs, lower lows. And obviously we should keep going down. So honestly, I shouldn't overthink this, but be aware of the levels where we could have like temporary pullbacks to the upside. Right. But me not overcomplicating this is saying we're likely to continue going down. Why? Because the EMAs are showing you we're bearish. Volume is picking up, so you got to be careful. Increase in volume could mean increase in reversal. But if we're ever confused about what the QQQ is doing, which is an ETF that represents a basket of stocks, right? If the basket is looking shaky, right, uncertain, you don't really know, then look inside the basket, right? That's the ability we have as traders. So what is QQQ made up of? Stocks like Tesla. Well, what is Tesla looking like it wants to do? Potentially go down, right? What else is Tesla QQQ made up of? Nvidia. What is Nvidia looking like it wants to do? Right? We haven't really covered it, but I took a look at it and it's not looking bullish to me, right? Got to cross over to the downside. We use that 90 EMA as resistance, which is all bearish, right? Crazy move up to make that crazy move down. This is the low that's holding it up. Now, if we break below this 132, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I mean, now this is me. I always stay ready for both ways. So I'm just hyping y'all up right now, right? It could always just reverse off of this 130 level and then go right back up. And this is Nvidia. I know you guys don't like all these lines. I'm gonna just remove and make it a little bit more visible. All right, show some good hospitality, right? Got to clean up the house. So Lope got a contract out for February 7th. All right. That's a good amount of time. Yeah. Strike Force. Oh, you get some good money on that. It hits 475 on QQQ. All right. So any other stocks? Right. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll, guys. Send those stocks my way. What else we got? What else we like? Y'all want to see the watch list? I got a pretty detailed watch list. The main one is today's watch. Bow. A lot of red. DAL. So we went over Netflix. We went over Meta. Right. That's part of the it's part of the top 5 right there. Right. You know how doctors be writing chicken scratch. Hopefully you guys could understand it. But Meta, we said it we literally traded it on Friday and we seen insane moves on Meta. Like I said, this is $12 to $575 in a half hour on Friday for Meta, and then $56 to $1,000 in an hour and a half from Friday on Meta. All right, so Meta is the play for the rest of the week. Even if you get a little bit of crumbs, you could make it good enough to buy yourself something nice. All right. Next up is Apple. We got Apple from my boy Damien. Says he wants to know what is going on. All right. Trini to BK. What's going on? Trini in the house. I had some chana today, but it wasn't it. They didn't have the cumin. It wasn't right. Peas is kind of hard too. All right. So this here, this here, important level. Important level. Resistance. Right? Lope says, how much is the Discord? It is free, right? For the tier 1, you get access to the watch list. And then tier 2 is where you get to see my day trades, right? That's $50 a month. And tier 3 is live trading, right? You get to see me live. You see a lot of plays, lots and lots of plays. I got lots and lots of stocks on deck. And I use my system in real time. And you get to see a performance, right? And you'll only know what it's like unless you show up. All right. But here's a little preview of what's going on. And we got Apple. Apple is on the weekly chart. I'm gonna switch this time frame because it looks at the time frame that join looks crazy. So I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, make it look better, and I'm gonna just remove everything. Clear. Right? Big old Apple. All right, so we're gonna go and follow this trend. Obviously, an uptrend. First thing that pops out to me is this consolidation. I'm gonna try my best to draw something. Right? I'm gonna say, hey, this is a fake out, so I'm not gonna draw that low. I'm gonna use this one. Right? I like how it connects with that one, so I'm gonna use that. So you can see in the consolidation, we broke out, and if I just extend this line to the right, bow. You see that's where this weekly candle closed at. So we could see a reversal back to the upside, and if we do, 244 is that level you want to keep on watch on Apple. This is the weekly chart, so let's go down to the 4-hour. All right, see what that action is looking like. Now we're getting some more details. We actually closed inside of that line and potentially using it as resistance, but it's iffy, right? I like to see clean, clean. What do you call it? I like to see the levels being respected in a clean manner. This doesn't look clean. It's a little iffy. I'm not even sure if my lines are right. So that's that. But the EMAs says bearish, but you don't only want to use one perspective for your trade. You want at least two, right? If you're gonna make an important decision, you don't want just one person's opinion, get a second opinion, right? That's it. EMA is not enough. Sometimes it could be, but just giving you guys a little extra heads up. So Apple looks decent to the downside, but according to the weekly, we could be seeing some upside. All right. So that's what trading is. Trading is confusing. It's conflicting and it's ironic. And that's why a lot of people can't really handle it in the long term because things are all sweet right here, going up, making money, post my profits. But then things start getting a little bit weird. And then you wake up, price is down here. And then it comes right back up. And then you're like, what just happened? Then we consolidate for a little bit, and then we finally break out once you lose your account and all your money. You just watch it, and then it comes right back down. And then now is your opportunity. What you gonna do? Right? You're gonna fund that account. You're gonna learn your lesson. You're gonna mark up some levels. You're gonna follow some risk management. Something has to change. But regardless, the market is gonna move. Right? It's gonna do something, and it depends on how well you're able to recognize these levels and know how to enter, right? How to capitalize on your trade. Now, if you get into a trade, you know what's going down, right? Where you going to take profit? Is it a scalp, day trade, swing? These are all the questions we got to think about. And these are all the questions I'm going to be answering in the mastermind, right? So only $100 a week. You got $100 off, and it ends tomorrow. So this is one of the most affordable masterminds there is. There's masterminds that cost 2,006. I heard someone say they came to me and they said the last person they wanted to sign up, but it said it was 6,000 or 7,000 for a whole program. And I'm like, yeah, people really can't afford that, but there are people who can. So I don't blame them. But trying to help the people, you understand? The man of the people. So what is this? Apple. What else you guys want to look at? DDOG. All right. So DDOG, I heard about that one. This is a software stock, I think. This is the weekly chart. 199 is the high. 62 is the recent lows from back in April. Right now we are at 140. So if I'm not even looking at the price, which is what I do most often, I just look at the EMAs and levels, right? And the candles. How is it performing? Big move up, pulled back. I expect this to go back up, right? Now, simply looking at this area, this here is a previous resistance, and I would draw like a line. This is a box, but I'm gonna just say, hey, resistance, could hold that support and curl back up. Now let's go to the 4 hour, take a look at this. Wow, absolutely amazing, right? Could have had a nice move up. So that's what I'll do. Create alert right on top of there. Make sure we don't miss it. If we go to the upside, then this is the next level right here at 145. All right. So keep that on watch going into this week. Looking for a swing for the Dame. All right. RGTI, QBAT, QBTS. All right, you throwing it at me. All right, let's get it. Y'all said y'all want to see how my brain is working. I'm like a quantum computer over here. Y'all ain't know. All right, y'all about to find out. I'm actually what they try to replicate with those quantum computers. It was like Cam's brain. We need to put some more performance behind these chips because it's not keeping up, right? All right, so QB, no RDTI. It pushed up, came down, it's at lows, but it's not really telling me much besides we're still coming down and the candle's getting a little bit smaller, which could mean the momentum is slowing down. But with a stock like this that had a huge move up, right, in a short amount of time and had one big push down, we could have another push down. So I'm just being careful with that because a lot of people they're thinking the same way. They're like, man, this could go right back up. And the market could easily just say, hey, we're going to wait another week. We're going to wait till next week to make that push up and take everyone's money this week who's trying to expect it to go up. All right. So just be careful with this. Until I see the price above EMAs, good volume, strong price action, I'm not really trying to touch it to the upside. To the downside, you could swing it some puts if you feel like it's not going to hold up. But I think that's really it for me. All right, QB. I don't know if that was a typo, but I think you meant QBTS. All right, so this is the 4 hour. Before we look at that, let's take a look at the weekly. And notice this gave us a good sign. Big push up. Where did it pull back to? That 9 EMA, which is at 576 from the $12, $11 high. So knowing that that is a good level to watch, right? This level here, 9 EMA, 577. We're going to go to the 4 hour and see what details we have. Um, this is a consolidation, right? This is where we pretty much reverse that. This is what we used to reverse. And you can see that's potentially what we're using to hold as support here. So if I zoom in, oops. All right, so if I zoom in, we can see some more details. So this would pretty much, this is one reversal. This could be another reversal, but I'm not feeling so strong about this because the action isn't really telling me it wants to go up, even though it's a good location. So I'm gonna set an alert under this level, right? It's the first time I'm setting an alert under a level, and that's going to signal puts in case you want to come down further, because I'm not feeling it to the upside unless we get a lot of volume and we start breaking some ranges. All right. Anything else, then I'm scalping it. All right, next up, the Gomez himself says MSTR. I was waiting for somebody to say MSTR. All right, so weekly, we are, I'm gonna start a whole new drawing. This one's called blank. All right, so consolidation pushed up. This is the weekly from 140 up to 543. All right, take that into consideration when you see this big drop, because we could drop even further. All right, this is consolidation around this 9 EMA. If this was a strong move up, we would have a nice bounce up. Being that we're having this consolidation is telling me that we're not really in a rush to bounce up, which means the momentum is more likely to go down based on just that factor. But Bitcoin, we don't know what Bitcoin is going to do. It did play around with the 100K. I feel like there's a lot of euphoria still in the market for that. So I think they want to let some steam loose off of that Bitcoin. We could probably see like $85, $85,000. And if that's the case, we could come down to meet this demand zone that I'm seeing here on MSTR. So we have this level at 276, and then we also have 245, which is pretty reasonable for that big move that we had up. Now, this little small pullback, yeah, we met. Now, this is okay, but I'm telling you, man, this is a huge move up, and in such a short amount of time, we definitely have a lot more time and room to come down. Right now, I'm a big MSTR fan for the upside. So if I'm telling you, hey, we're not in a rush right now, then yeah, take that in consideration. But we got some action last week, right? Trying to push up, and let's see how that went. All right. So we actually did push up above the EMA, could not hold that support, and even more bearish, we held it as resistance. All right. So if we happen to break below this low on a 4 hour, that's going to signal me to not grab, to look, right, at grabbing some puts. You don't want to just enter because that's based on your strategy. Each strategy I have four of them that I use over and over, and I'm going to use them, most likely use them for the rest of my life. That's what I'm going to be teaching in the mastermind. All right. So the mastermind is 6 weeks. It is less than $100 a week right now. If you want to join before tomorrow ends, and just use the code 6 weeks. And yeah, less than $100 a week, you could join. Um, and we're gonna be talking about everything, literally everything. So let me know what else you guys want to take a look at, and we're gonna keep this moving. CLNE. Okay, CLNE. Let me see. CLNE. Oh yeah, there will be recordings for the mastermind. There's gonna be 2 classes per week, right? And we're gonna be doing live trading for the first time. We did not have that in the other masterminds, right? Because we have a new tier in the Discord, which is our highest tier, which includes the live trading, right? Live trading, I was never a live trading type of guy, but now I'm opening up that so you guys could see and understand all that I'm seeing while I'm trading, right? It's cool after the fact, but during is a totally different ball game to catching these stocks, analyze what's going on. And in this market, oh yeah, this is not an easy market to trade. So if you guys are doing this alone, be very careful. I know you guys are gonna do whatever you want to do anyways, but just be careful because things are not normal. What you think is a breakout could likely be a fake out. What you think is a reversal could likely be a breakout. That's the type of market we need. All right, so CLNE, I don't know what this does, but it says clean energy, and clean energy is in style. For the entire 2025, clean energy is the wave, right? Is the wave. What I'm seeing on this is higher lows, right? To make it more visual, this is what we do. We just take a trend line, we connect the lows to the lows, right? Wow. Now you could do something fancy like duplicate the trend line and drag it to the top and see if you could get a resistance. And wow, got a little resistance there, but it's not perfect, but it gives you a little visual. You could just manually draw it yourself to get a better line. And I like that one a little bit better. So we'll just remove the drawing. All right, cool. So got some individual highs up until you get to this point. But once you break that point, then you have this level coming up. The price is at $3 and this could go to 4. All right. Potentially. You do have a lot of lines. Sorry, I said lines, volume, which is telling you the action is starting to pick up. So Lope says, if you get into the mastermind class, does that include the Discord? Yes, it does. It includes the highest level of Discord possible, bro. You're gonna get the live trading for 6 months. So the tier 3 is $150 per month. So that's why I'm saying this is a steal. The mastermind is a steal. Um, you're pretty much getting access to live trading for a month and a half, along with 2 lessons from me for a month and a half, along with my entire trading system personally taught by me for less than 1,000. Honestly, this is worth way more, but I'm trying to make it you know very doable for most of us. All right. And then you got the payment plan. Guys, it's 600 for the entire thing, but 500 if you want to take advantage by signing up by tomorrow. And the payment plan is less than $100 a week. I'm pretty sure most of us could afford that. And this is the opportunity to learn everything that I know personally and be part of a bunch of other people who wants to learn just as much as you do. All right. So the Discord is is live. It's free for tier one, so just joining for the watch list is good. You got my day trades right here. You got my swing trades. Brian, superstar trader, we got over here. We got his tab. We got member plays, long-term investments, crypto, futures. I'm not active as much in futures, but when I am, I'll post in there. Live trading link. That's where we have everything that we pretty much post for when we go live. Team chat room, telling everybody what's going on during the day. See profits and all that good stuff. Even when you come into the Discord for free, you get to learn the basics. So I'm teaching you guys all about trends, candlesticks, EMAs, videos. All right. So looking out for you guys. Gotta know the basics if you want to follow along. And then the mastermind is really if you want to do this for real. Like I feel like I gotta convince people to really make money. you know? Um and I know there's a lot of other people out there doing it, but um I'm putting it out there in a new way. I just showed you guys how you could flip $12 to $600 and do the same thing again an hour later on one stock. So, um, is the recordings available for life? Yes, for a whole lifetime, right? You're gonna have pretty much over 15 recordings, right? You're getting 15 recordings, is at least an hour, right? Um, all for less than $600. And this is gonna last you for the rest of your life. This skill is gonna last you for the rest of your life. Imagine, I always think like if the worst comes to worst, you could at least trade from your bed, trade from whatever hospital bed, whatever the case is. Um, this is invaluable. So that definitely appreciate everyone for being interested and definitely taking your time out to be here. And I will make sure I remind you guys tomorrow before the discount code expires. The code is 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks, and you are good to go. All right, payment plan is available. It's less than $100 for anyone who is wondering. And yeah, tomorrow we got a good day ahead of us. I think a lot of people are very confused. A lot of traders don't really know which way we're gonna go, up or down. And I love these days because it really makes you play. And it's like playing chess. You gotta feel the game, see where the positions of the plays are, and I set the game up to in a way where no matter what scenario it is, I have a pattern for that, and then for each pattern, I know the quality of it. And based on the quality of it, I'm able to know how much money I should risk on it. So imagine the trades where you're very iffy on, you have a defined way of knowing how iffy you are on it. And based on that, you don't put that much money on it, right? So if you lose, say you lose $50, you lose $100, but when you know the setups you have high conviction on, which is what I teach you how to know that, that's when you put more money on. And when you make money on those setups and it does even better, it's like the times you lost, it didn't exist, right? That's the difference. So been doing this for 7 years, and I've been through every hardship you could think of in terms of this, and this is everything that I've learned on full display. All right, so I'm not gonna boast about how much it should cost this whole program, but it's definitely um really good. So I'm gonna write the discount code in the chat, and it is 6 weeks. Yeah, Weeks with the S. All right. Any questions? Yeah, any questions before I head on out? Before we head on out and enjoy this lovely Sunday, what's left of it. All right. Appreciate y'all for coming through. If you got any questions, send me a DM. Join the Discord, it's free for the tier one. And yeah, see what's going on. So I'll see y'all in the morning. All right. Peace.